Hello guys and welcome to Dimension 3D. This is the second part of the tutorial. So make sure you watch the first part, and in this video we are going to model this part. So let's start the video. So now we are inside Blender. So first select these edges and bevel it. We have forgot this to do in the first part. Now take a cube and we are going to model the handle first. Just match it with the reference. Now take a edge loop here and select this face and extrude it down. Match it with the reference. Now scale it along the x-axis. Take a edge loop here. Take another edge loop. Now select these vertices and scale it along the x-axis. Select this edge and bevel it. Select this edge as well and bevel it. Now go back to this part and select this edge and add a bevel to it. Move the vertices and then add a bevel to it. Now select this edge here and apply a bevel here. Select this corner edge and add a bevel. Now take a edge loop here and match it with the reference to make that cut. Delete this edge loop here and join the vertices here using J. So we will take another edge loop here. So just take edge loop and match it with the reference. Now go on to face mode and select these faces and delete it. Now go on to edge mode and select these edges here and bridge them using F. Make sure to connect all the edges here. Slide this vertex down a bit using Shift V. And now select these corner edges and add a bevel to it. Now use the knife tool using K and make a cut by holding C to make the cut on the both side of the face. Now take edge loop here and move the vertices a bit. Now select these faces and delete it and join the edges here. Select this corner edge and add a bevel to it. Now take a cube here and match it with the reference. Select the vertices and push it down a bit. Scale it along the x-axis and add two edge loops here. Scale it along the x-axis as well. Add another edge loop here and add another edge loop here. Select this face and extrude it along the normals. Now select this face and add two edge loops and scale it along the x-axis. Take the knife tool and make a cut. And now select this face and delete it. select these three edges and extrude it along the Z axis. Then select these two edges and bridge it. Select this edges and bridge it as well. And then select these two edges and bridge it. Now fill the gaps by selecting these edges here. Now select the corner edges and add a bevel to it. Take a cube here and match it with the reference. Take a edge loop. Take another edge loop here and another one here and scale it along the y-axis to 0. And just match it with the reference. Select this face and extrude it along the normals and scale it along the x-axis a bit. Select these faces and scale it on the x-axis to 0 to make it straight. Now delete this edge loop here first and take another edge loop in the center and then apply a bevel to it. Select this face and delete it and then move these vertices a bit inside to match it with the reference. Now apply the auto set smooth here and scale it along the x-axis. Now select this edge here and add a bevel to it. Now go on to vertex mode and adjust its vertices a bit to match it with the reference. Now select these faces here and extrude it along the normals. Select these edges here and add a bevel to it. Select this edge here and add another bevel to it. Select this corner edge and add another bevel to it. Now adjust these vertices a bit to match it with the reference. Now select these vertices and rotate it, and then extrude it down. Now select these edges here and add a bevel to it. Select this corner edge and add another bevel to it. Take a cube here and match it with this part. Now apply the auto shades mode and scale it along the x-axis. Select this edge loop here and add a bevel to it with one segment. Now select this edge loops here and add a bevel to it. Select this edge loop here and add a bevel of one segment, and then go on to face mode and extrude it along the normals. Now select this edge loops here and add another bevel to it with one segment and scale it on the x-axis a bit. Now select this corner edge and add another bevel. Now take a cube again and match it with the reference. Now scale it along the x-axis. Take a edge loop here and another edge loop here. To make that cut, adjust the vertices. Now go on to face mode and delete these faces, and go on to edge mode and bridge these edges here. Now select this edge, add a bevel to it with one segment. Now select the corner edges and add a bevel to it. Apply the auto shade smooth here. Now select this edge loop and add another bevel here. And we will take edge loops here to make this insert. Now select this face and extrude it along the normals, and select the corner edges and add a bevel to it. Now take the knife tool and make a cut here and add the edge loop here. Now select this corner edge and add a bevel to it, and then mirror this on the other side. Select these vertices and rotate it a bit to match it with the reference. Now take a cube and match it with the reference here for that inside part. Take a edge loop here. And then bevel this edge loop here. Now scale this along the x-axis. Add a bevel to this edge loop as well. Now apply the auto shade smooth here. Select this edge loops now and first apply the scale and then bevel it. Now select this edge loops and add another bevel to it. Now take another cube and match it with the reference. Now take a edge loop here in the center and then select this face and extrude it. Now scale it along the x-axis. Select this corner edge, add a bevel to it and apply the auto shade smooth. Select this edge loops here and add another bevel to it with one segment only. Move these vertices a bit so that we can make that insert. Take edge loops here and make the shape there. Now take the knife tool and make a cut here as I am doing. Now join these vertices using J. Take an edge loop here and join these vertices to it. Now select these vertices and scale it along the y-axis to make it straight. Select the faces here and extrude it along the normals. And mirror the mesh on the other side now. Now select the corner edges and add a bevel to it. Now select these edges here and add a bevel to it. And apply the mirror modifier. Take another cube here. Scale it along the y-axis. Scale it along the x-axis now. Apply the rotation and scale. Now select these edges here and add a bevel to it. Apply the auto shade smooth. Now let's model a trigger here. Take a cylinder and rotate it on the y-axis to 90 degree. Now select these faces and delete it. So we are only left with this part, and now extrude it along the y-axis and scale it along the y-axis to 0 to make it straight. Now select these vertices and move it upwards. Snap these vertices here and then select the face and extrude it. Slide these vertices down a bit so it is not too close from the other one. Take edge loop here and match it with the reference. We are going to make that cut there. Now select these two vertices and merge it. and select the remaining edge loop and delete it. Take the knife tool and make a cut here. Make sure you hold the C button so that it makes the cut on both the side. Now select this faces and just bridge it and delete this faces here. You can delete this edge here. Now apply the scale first and select these edges here and apply bevel to it. Apply the auto shade smooth and scale it along the x-axis. Now select these faces and extrude it along the normals and scale it along the x-axis. Select these edges and apply a bevel to it. Now select these faces here and shift D to duplicate it and press P to separate them. Select these faces and by using Ctrl plus you can increase the selection and delete these faces and then bridge the faces there. Now select all the faces and then extrude it along the normals and then just match it with the reference here. Now select this edges and add a bevel to it. Select these edges here and add a bevel here for 2 segments. Move the vertices first and then select this edge loop here and add a bevel here. Now move these vertices a bit. Now select this edge loop here and add a bevel to it so that it is not too sharp, and do the same with this edge loop as well. Move the vertices down first and then add a bevel so that it doesn't leave any gap there. Now take a cylinder and rotate it on the y-axis to 90 degree. Match it with the reference. apply the scale and then bring the origin to the center here. Select the outer faces here and extrude it along the normals. Now select these faces from here. Select one face and then hold control and select the other face. So it will select all the in between faces here. Now move the vertices so that it matches with the reference image. Just match it with the reference by moving vertices and extruding the faces. Now take a edge loop here and bring this face out by extruding it. Select this face and extrude it out as well. Take another edge loop here and move these vertices a bit to match it with the reference. Now scale it along the x-axis. Now select these faces here. And then scale it along the x-axis a bit. Now go on to face mode and press Shift plus Alt to select the whole loop there. Now deselect these faces and extrude it along the normals and scale it along the x-axis. Now go on to vertex mode and just match it with the reference. Now select this face and make an insert here and then scale it along the x-axis a bit. Now select these vertices and slide it down using Shift V. Now take an edge loop here and move these vertices down using Shift V so that we can make that cut as well. Delete this face and extrude this face. Select the vertices and merge it. Now select this face and extrude it along the normals. Select the corner edges and add a bevel to it. Now select this edge loops here and make it sharp. Select this edge here and bevel it and do the same with this edge here as well. Now take another cube, rotate it first and match it with the reference. Now take edge loop, select these vertices and match it with the reference and go on to edge mode. Delete this edges except this one and then bevel this edge here. Apply the auto set mode and scale it along the x-axis. Select this edge here and add a bevel to it. Select this corner edges and add a bevel to it as well. Select this corner edge and add another bevel to it. And select these vertices and merge it. Now select these faces here and Shift D to duplicate it and then press P and separate it by selection. Now rotate it a bit to match it with the reference and then extrude it. Make sure to apply the scale, rotation and scale there and then scale this along the z axis to 0 and scale it along the y axis to match it with the reference. Now select these vertices using Shift V. Take another edge loop here and just match it with the reference. Now select these faces and scale it along the x-axis and select the whole mesh and scale it along the x-axis again. So we will get that shape there and then mirror it. Just bring these vertices close enough until it merges and apply the mirror modifier. Now take a cylinder and rotate it. And now scale it along the z axis to match it with the reference. Apply the auto set smooth. Just match it with the reference and now take an edge loop here and another edge loop here and select these faces and Shift D to duplicate it and press P to separate it. Now select the duplicate part and add another edge loop. Select this face and delete it. Select these vertices and match it with the reference. Now select this edge here and move it a bit up to match it with the reference again. Take an edge loop here on the both sides and scale them along the x-axis. Now add a solidify modifier here and apply the modifier. Apply the scale first. Now select this edge and apply a bevel to it. Select this corner edge and apply another bevel to it. Select this edge and apply another bevel. Now move this edge loop here and then select this face. And insert it first, then insert it again and extrude it along the normals. And then select this loop here and then extrude it along the normals again. Select the bottom face, extrude it and scale it, and then again extrude it. Scale it again and then apply a bevel to it. Now take a cylinder and match it with this reference here. Delete half of the cylinder first. Select the top face and extrude it and match it with the reference. Do the same with the bottom as well. Now delete the remaining faces here. Delete the top and the bottom face and then select this edge and bridge it. Take an edge loop here and bevel it with one segment and then select this faces and delete it. Now select this edge loop, now select this edge here and extrude it along the y-axis. Take an edge loop here, turn the snapping first and take another edge loop here and just snap it with the down vertex here. Now just select these vertices and press M to merge it to the last and apply a mirror modifier first. Select this edge loop and delete it. Now select this edge and bridge it and select these edges here and just fill it. So this part is done, and now take another cube now and just match it with the reference. Take two edge loops and scale it along the z-axis. Select these faces and scale it along the x-axis. Select these vertices and scale it along the x-axis to inside. So we are getting that shape now. Select these faces and extrude it along the y-axis and scale it along the y-axis to 0. And scale it along the x-axis and apply the auto shade smooth here. Select this edge and make it straight by scaling on the x-axis to 0. Take two edge loops here and another edge loop here. Take a cylinder and just match it with the reference there. Now select this face and delete it and go on to edge mode and just bridge the edges there. Now select the cylinder again and just adjust its position. Now select this edges here and add a bevel to it. Select this edge loop here and mark it sharp. Now select these edges first. And add a bevel to it with one segment and move the vertices a bit. Now first apply the scale and then select these edges and apply a bevel to it again. Now take another cylinder and just match it with the reference there. Add the edge loop here first and then select these faces and delete it. Now go on to edge mode and just bridge the edges there. Delete these extra faces here. Now select these two faces and scale it along the x-axis. Select these vertices now and scale it along the x-axis a bit. Apply the auto shade smooth here. Now select these edges and just remove the sharp there. And then select these edges and apply a bevel to it. Select this edge loop here and add another bevel to it. And select these edges and mark it sharp. Take another cylinder here. Apply the auto shade smooth first and then match it with the reference. Take an edge loop here and another edge loop here. Move this vertex up a bit. Now go on to face mode and just delete these faces and go on to edge mode and just bridge the edges there. And now just fill the edges here using F. Now scale the cylinder to match the reference. Now delete half of the cylinder here and select this edge and bridge it. First apply the scale here and then select this edges and apply a bevel to it with one segment. Now duplicate this mesh and bring it down. Now take a cube and make this part. We have forgot to model this part, so make this part now. Just match it with the reference first. And then scale it along the x-axis. And now apply the scale and then select this edges and apply a bevel to it. Apply the auto shade smooth here. Select this edges here and add a bevel to it. Now take another cylinder and rotate it on the y-axis to 90 degree and match it with the reference. Select this edges and add a bevel to it. First apply the scale and then select this edges and add a bevel to it and apply the auto shade smooth. Now we will make this part. So first take a cube and match it with the reference first. Apply the scale and select the corner edges and apply a bevel to it. Now duplicate the mesh and scale it down a bit and apply a boolean modifier on this mesh. Select the larger mesh we created, then change the viewport display to wireframe mode. Apply the boolean modifier. Select these edges and apply a bevel here. Now select the vertices and just join it using J. Now apply a mirror modifier. Apply another mirror modifier on this mesh as well. Take a cylinder and just rotate it on the x-axis to 90 degree. Bring it outside and just match it with the reference here. Apply the auto shade smooth. Select these faces here and add a bevel to it. Take a edge loop here and add a bevel to it with one segment. Now select this middle faces here and apply a checker deselect and make the deselect to 2 so that it deselect every 2 faces, and then select one and then extrude the faces along the normals. Now take edge loops here. Select these vertices and scale it down. Apply a mirror modifier here and mirror it on the x-axis. Now select this piece we have made in the first. Delete all the edges here except one. Select these faces here and extrude it a bit. And then select these faces and then delete these faces first and then go on to edge mode and just fill the edges there. Select this edge and apply a bevel here. So everything is almost done now. Now move these vertices a bit so that there is no gap left in between. Now select this edge loops here and add a bevel here with one segment only. Now take a cylinder here, we are going to make that screw. So first match it with the reference. Apply the auto shade smooth hue and then select these faces and insert it first and scale it along the x-axis. Now select these vertices here and just join them using J, and then select this face and extrude it along the normals. And just scale it a bit. And now rotate it. So here is the part we left out. So take a cube, just match it with the reference here. Take a edge loop here and then select this face and extrude it along the y-axis. Scale it down along the y-axis to 0. Now scale it along the x-axis. First move these vertices a bit far so that they are not too close enough. Now select this edge here and add a bevel to it. And just merge these two vertices here. Now select this corner edges first and deselect the other edges here that have been selected, and then apply a bevel to it. And then select this edge and apply another bevel to it. Now take a cylinder and just make this part. Just match it with the reference. Select this face and just insert it 2 times. Now select this face and extrude it along the normals. Now go on to edge mode and then select this edge, add a bevel to it, go on to face mode and then extrude it along the normals and just push it in a bit inside. Select these 2 edges and add a bevel to it. Add a cube here and just match it with the reference there. And scale it along the x-axis now. Now apply the scale and select this corner edge and apply a bevel to it. Now take the knife tool and make a cut here. Select these vertices and move it back. And just make the shape there. We are going to delete the face in there. Now select these faces and just bridge faces it. Select the corner edges and apply a bevel to it. So that's the end of the tutorial here. So if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.